The blog is essentially, at least for us, it's our cornerstone. It's our pillar. This is where all our content turns around. But you need to build a platform, because the blog is essentially the launch pad for your content. And what you're looking at right here is a snapshot of, these are our main channels. What I also often hear is that people go like, should I be on Facebook? Should I be on this? It's not relevant, really, because let me put it into a more pedestrian example. It's like obsessing how people come to you in the business. Take the bus, walk, car, bicycle. What is relevant is that you're in a place that the bus comes to, the tube stops, there's, you can get rid of your bike or your car. That's relevant. That's a good place for business. The same applies to social media. You just have to open your channels and make sure people can find you. Let's take a look at one of our channels. Often, this is I think in all the social media is like, should asset managers be on Facebook or not? Isn't Facebook silly? And okay, I'm not going to find my clients on Facebook, but most of my clients have a Facebook page or have a Facebook account. So why do we use Facebook? Well, Facebook is about sharing images and visuals. And what we're trying to show people is one of our most important value propositions at a company is that we are locally implanted in the markets where we invest, right? So this is a traffic jam in Cairo. This is our guy in Cairo. What this tells me is that maybe we should loosen up as an industry, because those digital natives are going to start buying pension funds and things like that, I guess, and financial products. So our channels are, let me rank them more or less in terms of hierarchy or use. Well, the blog is our first channel. Our second channel is our mailing list. Our mailing list is a place where we entertain our close clients, prospects, and fans. After that, I guess, comes LinkedIn. We have a group there where people, this is where we position ourselves as a thought leader. There's discussions going on about frontier markets there. After that, I think one of the most important channels is Twitter. And I'm going to tell you about Twitter in a few seconds. We just saw Facebook, and we're starting out with Google+. It's a fairly new place for us to be, and we're trying to find roast, but I think it has a lot of potential. It's almost like the marriage of all these several networks together. Twitter is, what I also see is that people are tweeting without having a blog, and that's why would you do that? The media, this is how the media works. So Egypt, somebody's knocking on, there's a protest in front of the US Embassy in Egypt. What do? They go onto Twitter, see what's the hottest news. I mean, if you're there, you're going to be one of their paragraphs in their article. And we actually, I don't know if you've ever heard about newsjacking. Have you read that book? It's a fabulous piece of work. It's a short book, I recommend it, by David Meerman Scott. And essentially what it does is like, you find a piece of news and you can actually sort of hijack that to become the second paragraph. Twitter is probably the most important connection you can have to the media. But social media is often seen as a broadcasting mechanism. In fact, it's even more powerful as a listening mechanism. What I show here are 3 screenshots of the tools that I use every day. It's a Google RSS search. I've embedded Twitter feeds in there. I've embedded all keywords, right? And all these keywords sort of tell me what's going on. If they speak about us, my colleagues, even my competition can be in there. Hootsuite is just, I think it's like a nuclear social media device where you can basically populate the world with your content. You can also listen to it. And then obviously Twitter. And you have to be connected. But before you can do this, you actually have to connect. So, the first step is you connect to social media, you open your channels, and then you can start listening to them. More powerful even is that it's not only to see what your competitors are up to, what your colleagues are up to, or all these kind of things with market intelligence. I find it an amazing source of inspiration for blog posts, which are relevant. Since I'm producing content, I can also see what is being done with that. I can find my supporters, and I can find my detractors. And it takes the guessing out of marketing. And that's the most important part about this listening ability. Putting an ad in the magazine is guessing. This is real. I mean, you can really measure this in real time. There's so much to say. I have 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I just scratched the surface here, okay? I hope I gave you something to think about. Perfecta and myself, we put up a site called BD Insider. It's a blog. And it's a blog where we speak about all the things that I was speaking about today. So you may want to sign up for it. There's a mailing list. We produce a few posts a week. And we really dig into It's generally about, BD stands for business development. It's about the sort of cutting edge of business development. But social media is so important in modern business development that you'll find a lot about social media.